Greetings. This is Coach Veronica Marie, and I'm here to help you live a healthy and happy life. If you're new to this podcast, welcome, and know that you can connect with me on YouTube. Consider subscribing at Coach Veronica Marie. Also, you can go to my website and sign up for coaching sessions, get my latest ebooks, and more. Today, I want to talk to you about expectations. Where do they fit in this life? Expectations can be healthy. Expectations are definitely necessary when you're looking at building a life that you desire, especially as it relates to working or building with other people. Expectations can become dysfunctional when you don't really know how they function, when you place unrealistic expectations on situations and people, then your expectations will create disappointment, frustration, and such. So your expectations are a byproduct of your belief systems. We need belief systems to navigate the world. The belief systems are like our rules for living. Belief systems determine how we perceive a situation, how we interpret it. How we interpret a situation will determine how we judge it, how we begin to think about it. In other words, our thinking will involve assumptions and then expectations. When you believe a certain thing, you assume that that thing, that idea is a reality. And so because you assume that your belief system is the reality, then you expect the world outside to be consistent with your inner belief system. When the outside world is not consistent, then that expectation is not consistent with what you believe. That's when you can be frustrated or disappointed or discouraged, especially if you continue to expect the world outside to reflect your belief systems. You can really bring yourself into a lot of emotional turmoil. So we need expectations, though. Expectations help us build with other people, right? If we assume that our belief system is reality, then it's important to align with other people who also believe that. And that way, when you expect things, you are more likely to get them because you have properly aligned your belief systems. You have properly aligned with people who assume what you assume. You ever heard someone saying something like, they knew it and I didn't have to tell them. See, this person is assuming that they live in the same reality with another. When you make a lot of assumptions about life, you draw incorrect conclusions. And again, you build a lot of disappointment. Even resentment can come from constantly expecting something as a reality from the outside world when it really is only one of infinite realities. You use your assumptions, your expectations, your belief systems to align with people who are going where you're going. Our belief systems are a byproduct of what we have seen in this life, learned in this life, and experienced. So if we don't have similar experiences, then assuming that the reality of your experience is someone else's reality is sure to lead to trouble. I hope this makes sense. That's why I'm emphasizing that there are infinite realities and yours is only one. When you begin to project your expectations on others as if it is also their reality, then the people feel judged. They feel wrongly treated, right? Because their reality is something totally different. And when two people are unconscious about this idea, it creates relational hardship on the job, because it's really not that something is wrong with what someone is doing. It's not that something is wrong with what you want them to do. What's wrongly placed is the expectation that this person live up to whatever your belief system is when they have their own. When you're in relationships, it's important to understand what are people's expectations. What do they assume about life? What are their belief systems? A lot of times people won't be able to answer your question if you ask them this, because most people are not thinking real deeply about life. So they'll say something like, well, I don't expect nothing. Well, I didn't assume anything. I don't think I believe anything. I don't really care about it. When clearly their words are showing that they do care, right? So I don't think it is the most efficient or effective way to ask people these questions, although it can be an important way. You have to govern that. What I would watch is how they react. If they are commonly in their head about things, then they have a lot of misplaced expectations, assumptions, and they're probably unaware of what they really believe or how to move with any of this. If they are complaining a lot about other people and what people should know and what they're doing, this is showing that usually this person is unconscious about how to move with their expectations. When they get really upset when someone isn't doing what they thought they should have done, if they feel really uncomfortable about unpredictability of life and such, it's showing that this person probably doesn't have a good idea about how to move within this realm of belief, assumption, expectation. So let me take this a step further before I go. When you believe something, you assume that this is reality, all right? And that before that, you judge the situation as right, wrong, good, bad, and such. You assume that this is the reality. You don't acknowledge that there are other valid realities. So you begin to expect things that are unrealistic. And when the outside world is not consistent with what you expect, you experience negative feelings. Those negative feelings cause you to think something about the person. They're inconsiderate, they're selfish, they're stubborn, they're wrong, they're right, or whatever. And then you act accordingly. You see, so it's important to understand your belief systems, assumptions, expectations, how you judge things, and make sure you are using these to create a life that is beneficial to you, that feels good. If you're using this process and unconsciously creating a life that doesn't feel good, well, you landed on the right teaching today. If any of this sounds like something you would like to work more on for yourself, you can find me at veronicamarie.com. You can sign up for coaching sessions there. Also, my books are on my website. I have 3 of them. Check them out in the digital library, and I have one more coming real soon. I'll tell you more about that later. For now, have a healthy and happy life today, and I'll talk to you soon.